I know I am.
We are alive. I don't. This is the struggle I have with Casey and Adam. Most of the time, I have no idea what they're doing, and I just go along with it. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm going along with it. Okay, I'm going along.
Hey, I'm in that same boat
Get me.
with you.
We are the chosen.
It's probably my fault for not listening to the voice messages, but
It's always your fault for not listening to the voice messages, sir. That gives all the complete context.
And then you would understand. Also, are you home right now?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Sir, how
Oh.
can you firm?
I can neither firm or nada. You know, so that's what it is. Anyway,
Well,
welcome in.
Then
welcome
I will
in.
have to or do it the hard way and just yell, "Did your mama?"
Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, Justin means always, Adam means always, Casey means always, and so does Tanner. He also means always. An Instant Classic. Look.
I am the chosen. I have no know who this Casey is.
Sorry, the chosen and also the chosen. But anywho,
Well, we got the chosen one, and then we got the chosen two. Wait, no, we can't do chosen one because that is trademarked by WWE,
Okay.
probably.
After we let everybody get their popcorn and their drink, I need just a little bit of context, just a wee little bit for the audience, not even for me, just for everybody else.
Well, if you would pay attention to the voice messages.
Don't worry, sir. We will fill in the holes.
Oh my God, this is why we are.
You know who made it.
I do.
All right, y'all, welcome into the Backlash preview right here on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. I don't know what that intro was. I don't even care at this point. Don't even care. Don't even care. But we back again. Hey, we back again. It's been less than a year, so this is a win right here. This is a win.
All right, got a better track record than you did last year, man, dude.
Hey, you know they say just try to get better.
I mean, by
I am the chosen.
They just try to get a little bit better. You should change your name to just the chosen now. And then when he comes back in, you're chosen. But I feel like Backlash snuck up on me for real. Like I was not expecting a PLE to be like this quick. And I was talking to y'all beforehand, and you know, as we kind of give our overall perspective going into the show, but I was talking to y'all beforehand, and my biggest thing was like, I've watched the build for this show, and I still have no idea what's going on. Like, I don't know if this is a WWE problem. It's probably a little bit of a me problem. Don't know, but it's just one of those situations where I'm like, what the heck's going on? Like, am I excited for this show? I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna enjoy it. But am I truly excited? I don't know yet. Like, how are y'all feeling? I guess I'll start with Justin. You know, how are y'all feeling going into Backlash?
Yeah. See, so post WrestleMania, it seems like this happens every year. It seems like it's a dip in the product a little bit. I mean, I gotta tell you what, since Raw has been on Netflix and stuff, it's been really really good to watch. But since WrestleMania, there's been this like burnout with me. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but there's been this burnout with me, and like because there's just way too much damn wrestling on TV. It's so hard to keep up with. Like every single night of the week, just for WWE alone, there's way too much wrestling. But I am actually looking forward to the show. I think, could this be better than Mania? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to that match between John Cena and Randy Orton. Going back to ruthless aggression. Taking me back old school there. The last time is now. I'm also looking forward to the Fatal 4-Way match for the U.S. Championship. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. So I think it's gonna be a good show, but I don't know. I feel a little burnout though. I
will say this. I'm glad they didn't call it WrestleMania Backlash this time.
Yeah, they haven't
I
called it
like-
that since for a
Don't
few years
even get
now.
me started on that bull.
I like the promotion of like it's kind of the aftermath to Mania. I like that promotion better than I like the whole WrestleMania Backlash trying to make you feel semi bigger than what it is. But Casey, let's go to you. What do you how are you feeling going into this show? I mean, sorry, the True Chosen. My bad. I read the wrong. I mean, honestly, it's par for the course. I read the wrong name, but you know, you have a history of that type of thing. So
This is why we can't have nice things.
God.
Anyway,
I'm not going to be able to keep you seriously doing that voice. I'm not going to take you seriously doing that voice.
sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Anyway, as I was about to say, I know nothing about this show, but I do know that at the end of the predictions, I will be your reigning and defending champion. Because I am the chosen.
I don't think so. Tanner, how you feel?
You know what? I think I'm looking forward to it. Now, whether or not I'm going to be able to watch it, hearsay, I'm hoping to be able to watch it tomorrow night. But, what plans with the missus may come first, which,
They-
totally
they
that takes
tend to.
precedence. DJ, you get it.
They tend
If
to.
you were the chosen, that wouldn't happen.
No, if I want to keep being the glorious one instead of the glorious dead, then yeah, no, I'm gonna listen to what the missus says. But no, regardless though, I think the matches themselves a lot. I'm really looking forward to the Fatal 4-Way coming up. I think that one's going to be very hard hitting. The rest of it's just kind of like, it should be a good match. I will say there's not a lot of hype behind it, but you know what? It's always the ones that there's not a lot of hype behind that turn out to be the sleeper ones that turn out to be really good pay-per-views. I mean, look at last year's Backlash in Lyon, France. That one was a killer one. So I'm not going to completely, write this off just yet. Until the show is over, I'm going to keep my mind open on this. Oh, and also, nah, this is staying with me. This is not going away anytime soon.
I mean, considering there was
That
like
is my
a 3-way
championship.
tie, I don't think.
I think that should be a rule
think-
where it's forfeited. Yeah, or not forfeited, but it should be
Vacant?
Vacant. There we go, vacant. That's the best wrestler. That's the best wrestler around. Vacant.
Because no. Here's the thing: the championship has to stay with somebody. So I think it needs to be champion retention. Whoever's the champion
Alright,
on
well-
a tie keeps it.
That's not how we do things here.
I would even say this, even if I wasn't the champion, I would be saying the exact same thing.
I think we need a 5-way TLC match. We take that title, we hang it up real nice. I think that's what it needs to have.
Yeah,
Hang
and
it
then
up
all
real
four of
nice.
y'all turn
We
around
shine
and
that
shine
thing
your
up.
asses real nice, and I stick my foot up each of your asses.
I would rather not have your foot in my ass, but
I don't.
it's just
I don't know
a
how.
personal
How are you
preference.
gonna actually physically do that? Put all your. So you're gonna put your foot up all of our asses at the same time.
Anyway, let's move
How's
on
it
to
gonna
the
work?
show. It's not. It's not
That's,
something that.
that's quite the backlash. But anyway, Adam, how you feel going into this show?
He's muted. You're muted.
You're muted, Adam.
You have to unmute your microphone.
The True Chosen is talking for the Chosen, I think.
I can't tell because the audio is so crappy on mine.
You sound like a robot.
You sound like a robot.
You sound like Charlotte Flair right now. Charlotte Flair.
If I was only that skinny.
If you need to, you can call Casey if you want, or call me. I guess doesn't really matter if that's easier. But the True Chosen may not answer the phone. I don't know. We'll see. But
God.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just fill in some space as he probably calls Casey.
One quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you everybody for so far for joining in on the Twitch side of things. I really unsub not talking about Rhea Ripley thighs. Thank you, Spectissa. Hey, we will talk about Rhea Ripley here probably later on, so don't you worry about it.
The true chosen. You're looking
They-
like Seth Rollins right now.
They
Like
have
what? Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
is that you?
they have tuned in for the
Cracked
chosen.
out Seth Rollins. No, don't even get me started on his theme. I hate his theme so much.
I was I was at SmackDown last week
All right,
in good
the
old
chosen,
Des
are you-
Moines, Iowa last
Of
week.
course you are.
Hey, you know what? That main event though, I didn't even know that. I was half gone during that main event match.
Stupidest thing on the earth.
Oh, there
All
he is. Okay.
All
I
right,
didn't even
y'all
know
can
if there
hear
was a
that.
match going on.
All right. Yes, I don't understand it either, Adam. But anyway, Adam, how you feel going into the show? I'm curious to your thoughts.
Well, as I alluded to beforehand, like I knew Randy and John, Gunther and Pat, and then I forgot the rest of the cards.
Yeah, I
So
think
stellar. Like those two aspects are interesting. Don't get me wrong; they're interesting with her, but I feel like a couple of the matches, the ones from what I can remember, like there's not been a lot of build for my liking, but I understand that this is the modern day portion of the business is immediacy.
Yeah.
But they usually deliver.
yeah, and I feel like too going into this show, this is kind of one of those moments where I wish PLEs were, or especially after Mania, they gave it a little bit of time. I've always wanted about
like
6.
The fact that they're called PLEs, I still call them.
Well, yeah, I still call it pay-per-views too for the most part, but yeah, I mean that's kind of my other thought too is like this is one of those moments where I wish it was more of a give it a month or two to continue to build, but
well, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Came across a post. I don't know what the page was, but it had said, "Do you think WWE after Mania should take like a month off?"
I agree with that.
Like
I could agree with that.
maybe you do the Raw after, and then after that, whatever, like you let things just lay low for like a month, so that way everyone can recharge the batteries and then let people recoup and then get ramped up for future storylines. Like I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I thought it was an interesting concept.
yeah,
It is interesting, especially for there have been talks about people wanting a break to be able to just give the wrestlers a break. However, it's kind of one of those you're building up these stories even after Mania, but if you let it lie, like there's nothing for like a month, then does the heat go away building up? Because there's stories. Because you look at the story right now, build up with John Cena. If you let it like lie low and there's nothing for a month, does that story still continue that hype that it already has now, or does it
Well,
kind
I
of
mean,
go away?
Original programming, like you can still have programming that still keeps the whatever led up to Mania, Raw after, whatever, they still keep it fresh. I mean, because they already saturate us with behind the scenes stuff as it is. Like I said, I don't necessarily if I agree with it or not, but it's an interesting concept. But to your point, yes, especially if it's a hot angle.
yeah.
Why stop it?
Well, but
Yeah.
they also too. I think the other thing that gets me thinking is it's kind of a busy month for WWE because they have Saturday night's main event, and especially if they're going to do Saturday night's main event, this would kind of be the perfect time to. I mean, because Saturday night's main event is a pay-per-view. It feels like to a certain degree.
It's a glorified Monday Night Raw.
But
Yeah.
why don't you utilize that? I feel like is my real question.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good point.
because it's one of those things where you're coming into an oversaturated business that it's already an oversaturated product. Then we're gonna add Saturday night's main event on top of something that's already oversaturated, and
And then throw on NXT Battleground as well. You know, you got three special shows this year. I mean, or this month. My God.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into these predictions. Let's take a look at this card, see what we got. So, of course, coming up tomorrow, Backlash, coming from St. Louis. I do love the graphics package on the
graphics and the production quality on this thing looks really nice.
You know, I was actually thinking about going to Backlash. I got like my buddy, because we were at SmackDown last week. Like, hey man, let's take the drive to St. Louis because that's only 4 hours. But I was looking at those ticket prices. Oh my God, they are outrageous. Like, I mean, they're not that much. They're not like WrestleMania expensive, but like too expensive for me. Go like, yeah, I'm not for this like B level pay per view. I'm not going to go all the way out there for that.
SummerSlam prices.
Yeah, I actually would do SummerSlam. I'm not gonna lie, I would do SummerSlam.
I've been to a SummerSlam, but you know how much it wasn't? $40,000.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Well, I mean that's for like those top tier packages. You know, like that's for the top tier people, like them green T-shirt guys. Like, yeah.
That's true, but if you're making me pay $40,000, I better take a bump in the ring.
Dude, I want to see. I want Liv Morgan to give me her finisher. Give me the Oblivion.
Stop.
Give him the Oblivion, and then you get others that are wanting the stink face from Mommy Rhea Ripley.
Hey, listen, quit being a horn dog over there. Quit being a horn dog.
I'm not being a horn dog. I'm just speaking facts. I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for other people. And I'm also speaking for somebody that's in my Twitch chat right now that would definitely want the stink face from her.
Hey,
here, sir.
You know what? I'll take the Devil's Kiss from Stephanie Vakor. I'll take that.
Okay. Oh yeah. Be like freaking Booker T.
I love me some Stephanie McCoy.
Hang on.
Sorry. Sorry. I did not realize that this was. I thought this was the main poster. My bad.
No, that's an actual match.
Sorry, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. I assume for the
Intercontinental Championship.
It is for the Intercontinental Championship.
I think Dirty Dom's going to retain. I do. I think it's happening. I think Dirty Dom's going to retain. Can somebody take notes for me? Because I'm now on my phone with Adam, so I can't take notes anymore.
Give me a second. I will write down the predictions.
I got you as backup.
All right, there we go. So I'm going with Dirty Dom to retain. And he's just going to show Penta that Latino heat. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Just letting y'all know. All right. Justin, what you think?
So I think this match can go either way here. Dominic Mysterio, I wasn't on the WrestleMania review with you guys, but yeah, Dominic Mysterio winning that WrestleMania. I know, right? Yeah, him winning that WrestleMania, that was an awesome moment for him. And it seems like, when he came out to do the whole celebration afterwards, that was just icing on the cake for that. That was awesome seeing the like, hey, run back out there, you need to celebrate longer. I think he was even shocked that he won the IC title there.
He was.
Yeah, most definitely. He was marking out himself. He was acting like a fan. He goes like, what? I won? And also the fan reactions that he's been getting, the cheers, the pops that he's been getting as of late have been really good. But I don't know. I feel like maybe Finn Balor might come out. Maybe it might cost him, because I feel like that's what the bigger story is between Dom and Finn Balor. I feel like they're eventually going to be feuding with each other. But maybe it's too early to take the title off of Dominic. I don't know. I'm going to say safe. I'm going to be safe here. I'm going to say that Dom retains his Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tanner, what you got?
All right. So first of all, I didn't like it. Thank you for joining in on the chat. I appreciate it. As far as this
also,
match,
Tanner, I was going to say, feel free to read your chat since I can't see it. So if there's anything you want to say from your chat, feel free to spit it out.
Feel free to describe what's going on, because all I'm looking at is a picture of DJ, and that's already torture.
I will. So I will say this: Twitch chat. If you guys want to chime in on a discussion or a match, or if you got any questions, if you got any wrestling questions, because I got somebody in here, Spectista. She has been wanting to get more into wrestling, and so she's joining in. She's somebody I know. And so I'm just like, yeah, this is the perfect time to be able to get into wrestling is through this podcast right here. So yeah, if y'all got any questions or want to say anything on here, please throw it out there. But as far as this match is concerned, yeah, with Dominic just winning at WrestleMania, I think this match is going to be really great because Penta is such a great wrestler, and the fact that these two have not fought, I think they will mash up really well with the luchador style that they will bring to the table. So give me Dom to retain. Give me Dom to retain tomorrow night and continue on. I think that's going to continue the dissension between him and Finn. I don't think Triple H is going to pull the trigger on the breakup just yet, just because he likes to do the long-term storytelling here.
Okay. Casey, what you think? Or sorry, the True Chosen, what do you think?
Eventually, you'll get it right. And if anyone in the Twitch chat has a question for the Chosen, I will be fielding all questions. But as for this competition right here, this battle between luchadors and luchadon'ts, I believe that Dirty Dom, who needs a shower, clearly he's dirty, will be winning this specific match because I feel like the WWE Universe is not ready for the Cero Miedo. It is just too powerful at this point.
I thought they weren't ready for Asuka.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Apparently Charlotte Flair was.
You can leave now.
Adam, what you think?
Sorry, I'm recovering from luchador to luchador.
Hang on, what did you say, Casey? Hang on.
I said luchadors and luchadon'ts.
No, talking about the prediction.
Did you not pay attention?
He said Dirty Dom. He said Dirty Dom.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. Sorry, my ADHD.
Hey, I actually.
He's in desperate need of a shower.
Yes.
I mean, they keep calling him dirty, so he's obviously unshowered.
He's born with it.
Or maybe it's Maybelline.
He went to Jared. Just to be different.
Every kiss begins with K.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Just to be different, I'm gonna go with my plan that I went with at WrestleMania, and that went over so well. I think since they robbed me of a Penta victory at Mania, it's gonna happen here.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen. I wouldn't be surprised, but I guess it's too soon.
Okay. All right, let's jump into the next one we got, which is Pat McAfee versus Gunther. I mean, I think look, Pat McAfee, he's got to do it. He's got to do it. He's got to do it. No, I'm kidding. Gunther is definitely winning this match in maybe the biggest squash in history. I think Pat's gonna do some cool things. He's gonna do some fun things. He's gonna show his passion. I think there's gonna be a couple of false finishes in this one where we're gonna be like, okay, I think Pat's gonna win. I think, but he's not. He's not gonna. I think Gunther is going to squash poor Pat, and I think he should. No offense to Pat, and you know, I coming from his Adam Cole match that he had, you know, and his in-ring abilities, I like Pat, but I think Gunther needs to continue to establish his dominance, because he's kind of turned into the guy who's dominant everywhere else except WrestleMania. And no, this isn't WrestleMania, but it's one of those situations where you gotta win, where you're supposed to win, and this is one of those matches where he's supposed to completely squash Pat McAfee, and that's what needs to happen. So I'm going with Gunther. I'm gonna switch it up. Let's go to Adam.
Yeah,
Oh Lord, you're messing me up on here.
My bad.
no, so I'm going Gunther as well. Like again, a squash. He'll give Pat some stuff, whatever. They're not going to completely, they're not going to completely destroy him, for modern day, modern day reasons. But he'll let him do, whether it be, a couple of drop kicks, chop fest, what have you, whatever. But Gunther squashes him, per se. Keeps the choke on it, then Goldberg comes out, and that'll set up for SummerSlam.
Oh God! You just
is that the tiebreaker that Goldberg comes out or not?
Yes.
Are we doing that? Really? That's going to be the tiebreaker?
No, I'm joking.
I'm cashing in my money in the bank.
But I mean, maybe a tiebreaker should be if you do predict something that nobody else does, or. I don't know. That's the hard part. Like
that's hard because I was even going to suggest maybe Gunther comes out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, not Gunther, but freaking Goldberg comes out. I was like, I don't know.
How can
you need to come up with a tiebreaker question at the end. You need to come up with the tiebreaker.
All right.
How can Gunther
how
come
many
out when he's
how
already in the
many
match?
attitude adjustments is Cena going to hit?
Kick Bret Hart in the head.
What? I'm sorry. What about Bret Hart?
No, I said, does Goldberg kick Bret Hart in the head? There's
That's
the
already
fact.
happened.
Is it going to happen again?
Wait, who's gonna be the corner of Pat McAfee? It's gonna be Big Papa Punk, Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner's gonna be out
Oh,
there.
that's right. Damn it.
Justin, what you got?
Yeah, this match here. Gunther, he's lost 2 WrestleMania matches in a row. And also since him losing, to like Cody last year at what was that Crown Jewel, Gunther really hasn't been the same. What's Pat McAfee? He's been calling SAWFT soft.
Well, I mean, Gunther was the champion for a long time after that.
That's true. But I know Gunther, Pat I'm not calling him soft. Gunther, don't come at me. But Pat McAfee, he's been calling you soft. He says he ain't. You're not what you used to be. This Pat McAfee, he has a death wish coming to him. Gunther, he needs to win this match, and he's gonna win. He's gonna murder Pat McAfee here, and I don't know, I kind of agree with Adam. I feel like Goldberg is gonna come out and maybe make the save, at the end, for Pat McAfee. And that's going to set up Gunther and Goldberg for SummerSlam, which I don't want to see that. Or I'd rather see Ilya Dragunov come out and, try to help out Pat. Because I'd rather see Ilya and Gunther go at it. Because those matches that they had in NXT.
Casey to come out?
Ilya is actually taller than Casey, so there's that.
Yeah, but Gunther's going to win.
And since Casey's not here, we can say whatever we want to about him. So there's that.
I will pass the word along to him that you were not talking to him.
As a close personal friend of him, I will let him know, and he will be none too happy.
I feel like I haven't heard much of the, like, at least last week's build up for this match, but I feel like this was probably the perfect time for Gunther to piss everybody off and say that who does Pat McAfee think he is, Logan Paul? And also at the same time, he could have said your in-ring debut turned you into a commentator. That's how good you are. Oh
my God.
I think he missed.
He would have got so much. Everyone would have loved him.
Yeah, that would have made him the ultimate.
Okay, so maybe you shouldn't have said that. Maybe I can only say that on this platform. But anyway,
I love it.
But anyway,
I love it personally just because I hate Logan Paul so much right now. So I mean,
yes, Logan Paul, who beat AJ Styles clean.
Don't even even get me started on that tangent again.
May we never forget.
Taylor, who you got in this one?
Look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's got to be Gunther. It has to be Gunther. Again, I love Pat McAfee to death. I think he's been the best thing to be added to the college football game day staff, and he's been a great commentator. And he does really great in the ring. But that is what he is. He is a commentator. He's an online personality, a TV personality now. Gunther is a wrestling killing machine, and this is the time that he reminds everybody that he is not to be trifled with, and he deserves your fear. Gunther needs to squash him in 30 seconds. I mean, if Pat McAfee does some fun flippy shit, great. But I would honestly love it if he just squashed him in 30 seconds, just to build up more credibility to Gunther, because to me, has lost some of his aura here lately. I think he needs to build it back.
All right, Casey. Well, sorry, the true chosen. I'm really struggling with this.
Even more than usual.
I don't know why it's so hard for you. That's
It
what
says right. It says it right
I
there on
mean,
screen.
y'all look
Do
just
you
alike,
need? Do
so-
you need your glasses? You need
Anyway.
to put on the glasses. That's what you're missing. You can't see.
Anyway, as we were
you
saying,
can't see.
will you shut up? I'm trying to speak. Thank you. We
Why
have
does
Gunther.
your the chosen accent sound just like Danhausen?
As I was saying, we have Are you quite finished? Anyway, as I was saying, we have Gunther versus Pat McAfee, formerly of the NFL. I'm being told it's like the WNFL, but with all dudes.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, in this match, Pat McAfee will go easy on Gunther, allowing Gunther to get the victory. Even though we all know that Pat McAfee could easily dog walk Gunther as a former NFL football player. Again, much like the WNFL.
You should have said CFL. You should have said that and be like, formerly of the NFL, which is like the CFL, only based in America.
Only without the tariffs?
Very much like the Arena Football League, only without the arena.
I mean, I'd say like the Cardinal Stadium, but only without the grass.
Please do tell us about the grass.
Oh God!
Moving on.
All right, so everybody's got Gunther, right?
Yes. We have. I mean, well, the True Chosen said basically Pat McAfee, but he's going to allow Gunther to get the victory. So, fatal four-way for the U.S. title. Jacob Fatu, the champion, defending against L.A. Knight. Yep.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. I think this is a fun but easy retention for Jacob Fatu. Just a chance to get a lot of guys in the ring and get to do their thing, show off a little bit, as they probably set up Jacob Fatu. I don't know what their plan is for him for SummerSlam, but I feel like whatever it is, I'm excited for
Probably
it.
him and Solo. Maybe.
You think it's gonna be him and Solo at SummerSlam?
Because there's been some tensions between Solo and Jacob Fatu. Like Solo, he's been trying to like basically go like, hey, I basically won it for Jacob Fatu. You know, he's been hogging that spotlight.
I mean,
And
unfortunately,
also-
Solo's floundering, so that's the issue that I'm having with Fatu and Solo.
And also Jacob Fatu, he's been wanting to do the matches on his own. You know, he hasn't been wanting help from Solo Sikoa. It's kind of like, you know, when Damien Priest was holding the title and Finn Balor was trying to get involved, but Damien Priest wanted to do it on his own. It's kind of that similar situation. But yeah, I mean, while I'm talking right now, I guess I'll get my prediction. Yeah, this is gonna be an awesome match. But I feel like Damien Priest and Drew McIntyre, they're going to cancel each other out. Because, you know, when Drew McIntyre, he's focused on somebody, he's deadlock focused on them. And also, you see, you know, what happened on the Go Home show tonight. You know, him hitting that Claymore on Jacob Fatu and holding the title. You know that's bad luck when you hold the title. When it's not even your championship. When you hold it and you're laying out the champion, you're basically saying you're not going to win.
That kind of represents a future shock. So
Wow. Thanks for
wow, the reference. Okay.
But yeah, so
Thanks-
Drew
thanks
McIntyre
for-
and Damien Priest, they aren't winning the match. So it's coming down to Jacob Fatu and LA Knight, and LA Knight, he's definitely not winning. So it's gonna be all gas, no brakes. Jacob Fatu, I love you Solo. I want a girl to give their love to me like, I love you Solo. Jacob Fatu's winning.
Thank you for ruining SmackDown.
And that's only one more part of SmackDown.
So
hey, your girl was on SmackDown tonight. Alexa Bliss.
Actually, I'll mention that
Fury
when we get to the match. Tanner, what you think?
Yeah, quick prediction on here. It's going to be Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. There's no question about it. He's going to go on a tear with that belt, leading up to what you said, SummerSlam, where he probably will go up against Solo Sikoa. Yeah, so easy pick.
I mean, him going up against Solo Sikoa is about as bad as him going up against Tongaloa. Like it's just it's not there. I just don't think.
I understand, but they want to continue on with somewhat of a bloodline story going on. So
it's never ending story. The bloodline, the bloodline is never ending story.
I'm fine with him going up against Solo, but Solo needs to find himself right now, and he's lost.
He's Solo. That's what he is. He's Solo, right?
So, to the Trucive Chosen.
Let me think.
You don't have to think for this.
Oh my god, there's no thinking.
It's a very, very complex match because you have 4 competitors. I mean,
are we doing Steiner math?
It's double the difficulty for each opponent. So you have Drew McIntyre, who is Scottish. So that you have to take that into consideration. He does wear a kilt sometimes, so adds to the intimidation. Then you have Damian Priest, who is not in fact a priest, so that's a little bit of false advertisement. And then you have
Undertaker.
You have LA Knight, who for a second, with my sunglasses on, and the way that they edited this picture, I thought that was Bad Bunny.
What the fuck?
So we're glad that your glasses are on prescription, because you might want to send those back.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a very small screen. Can't really see much. So if you add Jacob Fatu, and you have a 50% chance of winning, but then anyway, we're not doing Steiner math right now. That's too complicated.
I'm way too sober for Steiner math right now.
I think it's gonna be that Fatu fella.
Okay.
Okay.
Adam, how you feeling about the 4-way? I probably shouldn't ask that like that.
Oh my god! Pause.
We ain't gonna gloss over that one.
I'm ready for it.
I'm
prepared.
So you're used to talking about 4-ways, DJ.
I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen.
You're used to talking about 4-ways. Yeah.
Before you spoke. There are many types of four-ways.
You should have thought about that before the words came out of your mouth.
Do you
I
have
even got my
protection?
chat talking about it. Is it a 4-way? Looking where?
All I know is it's already been asked, but do you have protection for that four-way, sir?
Do you often watch? Do you often watch Four Ways with All Dudes?
Actually, it's technically we got. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna. I'm going to shut up.
Chosen. That is the most chosen thing you have ever said. It's hard to contain myself because
Oh my god.
as previously stated, priest is not actually a priest because the white smoke did not come out of the chimney. So he'll have to live to fight another day in that spectrum. Drew McIntyre is a fine, fierce warrior, but he is not going to win this match. And also, LaCanite. That is not even a good name. He's still Eli Drake. So
Holy
I
drop
think-
as I like to say.
Eli Drake, that's right. Very chosen of you. Impressive. But I'm going to go with Jacob because once upon a time, I myself was fat too.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I will say I
So-
do prefer Max Dupree. So that's just
So
me.
hang on. So on that comment, I had somebody I didn't like it. He said, "Well, whenever my friend watches wrestling, he says, and I quote, I'm watching men touch each other."
Exactly.
So I mean, you're not too far off on your comment there, DJ, about the 4-way stuff.
I don't see the
I
problem.
would just say, if you are somebody that has that opinion, if you watch the UFC, you need to STFU.
Listen, it's only gay if you make it gay, and I make it gay.
God.
Impressive.
God.
Next up, we got
I mean, a high percentage of these guys are in masks, makeup, and leather.
That's the way I like it.
Listen, you spend your Saturdays the way you want, and I'll spend it the way I want.
Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think this is going to be the only title change of the night. I think Becky's going to win. I think it's going to frustrate some people, but I honestly don't think it matters because she's a heel. So Lyra has been a transitional champion since she won the inaugural title. So I think Becky's going to win, and it's going to set up a really good feud between her and Bayley. Justin, what you think?
Yeah, with her coming back, Becky Lynch, the whole shit that they did at WrestleMania, where they had her and Lyra win the titles, beat, a real team, of Raquel and Liv, and then Raquel and Liv win back those tag team titles just for Becky Lynch, to do the whole heel turn. They could have done all that. They could have had, they didn't even have, they could have still had, Bayley be in that match, but of course, they want to have, Becky Lynch, take her out and all that. But they could have kept the Bayley and Lyra match. Okay, they could have kept that there, and they could have had Becky Lynch attack her, the next night. They could have just done that. I mean, I don't know what WWE was thinking here, and also, that promo that we had this past week on Raw with Lyra, basically saying that, she's had more matches than what did she say? She has more matches than Becky's had like this whole year, and like it's like always recycle stuff that Becky Lynch has been doing as of late. I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, Lyra really cooked her on the microphone there. But unfortunately,
Wait. She said that she had more matches than Becky had this year.
Yeah, and she's the first, women's
So she hasn't
intercontinental
had that many
champion.
matches? I feel like that's a burn on her.
What else? But unfortunately, I got Becky Lynch winning here. Now,
I mean, it'll be better than what they started with the title. So,
I mean, I kind of saw this coming a mile away. Becky Lynch take the title off of her, but I was maybe thinking maybe they could build up Dakota Kai, but unfortunately, Dakota Kai got cut, which is terrible because I like the stuff that she was doing, and it seems like they give her a little bit, and then they yank her back, they pull her back a little bit. I don't know.
She's always injured.
Yeah, she's injury
Yeah,
prone.
she is always injured. Yeah.
I hope she ends up in TNA because listen, TNA. I mean, TNA is looking pretty good right now. I think they can get a lot of good talent got released, and they're still doing that partnership with WWE. So,
Yep.
Could see a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, we saw Indy Hartwell, go over to TNA. Hey, also DJ, your favorite girls over there, Alicia
I
Fox.
saw that.
Alicia Fox.
Yes, your favorite girls over there.
We're talking about 4 ways in TNA. I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, we might have to expand it to 6. But anyway, Tanner, what you think?
I think this is going to be a broken record that pretty much everyone is going to have the same thing for tomorrow night. I've got Becky Lynch as well. Like, it makes the most sense that
we're gonna need some bonus points.
We're going to need some bonus points or something, or some way to be able to break it up a tie.
Yes.
So either that, or again, championship retention on a tie. I'm cool with that. So what I'm thinking is, I will say this. I think maybe at some point Bailey might come out, and that might start a program with Bailey and Becky. Maybe Lyra go away for a little bit, but I do have Becky winning this though tomorrow night.
Okay. The False Chosen. What do you think? The False Chosen or the Real Chase? What do you think?
He might not be there.
I will wait till you respect my name.
The Real Cassie is probably my favorite one of your.
I will wait until you use my proper name.
The True Chasey.
The true child that's waiting for approval from his drunken father that will never come.
I will
sounds
wait
like a-
until you.
That sounds like a bad storyline. It sounds like a storyline we already got in WWE.
You know the best way to break a tie. Just let Casey not pick. Adam, what you think?
Hey, bitch, it's my turn. Anyway, we have Lyra Valkyria, which is way too close to Taya Valkyrie. Just saying. Every time I hear her name, I think of Johnny Mundo's wife. Anyway, Becky Lynch.
Okay. Adam, what you think?
I'm sorry, did you say Becky, sir? I got to make sure I write this down properly.
Yes.
Yeah,
I said
I'm also writing this down. So
Seth Rollins' wife. Yes.
Good, because I may have missed some already. I too am going to go with "Oh my God, Becky."
Look at her butt. It is so big.
All right, last one. John Cena, Randy Orton. They claimed one last time. This is wrestling. They're lying. But anyway. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Probably going to peek into our childhoods a little bit for some of us, or at least our teenage years. Because not
as I say, teenage years, because that was like 2008, 2009 era.
Our growing up period of time. But anyway, LOL Cena wins, but without the LOL part. So there's that. Justin, what you think?
Yeah, well, like you said, this is going to be peeking back to our childhood years or teenage years. We got going back to ruthless aggression. One last time. Yeah, like DJ said, that is completely false because we're gonna get twice last time. I don't even know. Like twice in a life.
Eighth and the last time, something like that.
Eighth and last time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. You know, I'm still trying to figure out what John Cena means by he's gonna ruin wrestling. You know, because like these promos that he's doing like every single week, they seem like all the same. You know, where he's like, you know, talking shit about the fans. You know, like, well, I mean, what's he talking about here? Also, I feel like it's gonna be a very slow, like methodical match. You know, he's gonna slow the pace down.
Well, Justin, I was going to say, usually I can't see him, but this time I can't hear him. So,
I maybe might have like Travis Scott probably get involved again, which I don't want him to get
God,
involved.
please no.
Hey, you know what? I did get that shirt that it says "Wrestling is Real" on it, and on the back it shows The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott.
if Travis Scott does come out, John Cena continues to do what he says because even though it may piss a lot of people off, it does help the ruin wrestling perspective. So honestly, I would. I'm not.
Or maybe do we get? I doubt we get The
there.
Rock, but you know, I want to see The Rock end up showing up sometime, and I wonder where we're seeing like ties into like all this like big faction that that Paul Heyman is making right now. Because I'm still wondering all about that. But no, Cena's going to retain here. He's not losing. Everybody and their mama is probably going with John Cena. My mama is going with John Cena, and she doesn't even watch wrestling.
Shut up, Casey.
So yeah, I'm going with Cena.
All right, Tanner, what you got? I didn't know.
I'm sorry. Okay. It's gotta be Cena. You can't see him. And yeah, no, I hope to God it's just a straight up. Okay, you know what? It'd be a fun callback. I saw this. I'm gonna say Cena wins, lol, but I saw this run across the internet. Have Randy Orton win, but by DQ. Cena does the exact same thing that Randy did to him. Slaps the ref, instant DQ, and that's the match. And it just again, he's ruining wrestling by doing this. And that's the main event. Just pisses everybody off.
The DQ finish. We haven't seen a DQ. We haven't seen a DQ finish for quite a while.
So I could see that happening, but for the sake of just playing it safe, because I don't feel that risky, I'm going to say Cena.
I mean, I have a worse idea. He should roll him up. I'm just saying.
That would be terrible.
You know what they should do? They should just do a double count out. Do a double count.
Oh God.
The true chosen. Go ahead.
I have it on good authority that DJ's mama is picking John Cena, the man who cannot be seen. I shall be choosing Felix Anthony to defeat Randall Keith in this bout of epic proportions.
Felix Anthony. I don't understand that reference.
John Michael Hickenbottom.
It's going to be Felix Anthony defeating Randall Keith. Okay.
Okay, so I'm assuming.
All right, Adam, what you thinking?
I was going to say John Cena, but you laid out a scenario that would be genius, and people would set fire to the seats. Randy Orton wins, but by disqualification, because John Cena knocks out the referee. Maybe he kicks him in the nether regions. That would not be very chosen.
He kicks him in the ding ding.
He kicks him in the ding ding.
All right, so you're actually picking Randy.
I'm actually going to pick Randall Keith Orton.
I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can find it. Which do we need a tiebreaker now? Because that anyway.
No, we do because even if we do, if Adam gets his wrong, okay, to be fair, he's got Penta in the first match.
It could be a 4-way
We will
tie.
we will either have a 4-way tie or a 5-way tie regardless. We have all picked the exact same thing except for Adam with his 2.
Well, I'm gonna have to figure out some questions because the only thing I can think of is, will Randy Orton punt Cena?
How many finishers will they need to hit? How many finishers will they hit? I know we could do that in the group chat.
Big dog.
How many sexual innuendos will we use if we do a live stream?
Oh shit!
Sir, we cannot possibly put a number to that. That could be infinity.
Oh my god.
Hang on. Twitch chat. If you guys are still around, hanging around, what is a good idea for a tiebreaker that we should do to figure out who is going to be the true champion? Which, regardless, it's still going to be me.
The Flat Zone prediction champion.
I have an idea. The true chosen wins. Haha.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
The Juggernaut wins.
Here's an idea. I win, you lose. Haha.
Yeah, no. Or we could do what you said in your promo, Casey. Oh God, Spectissa said, looking around like none of my suggestions are Twitch safe. God.
Executions?
Send it to me. DM me. I actually want to see what you're suggesting.
So what we could do
now
is we could guess the time that this match will take.
Like how long this match will take?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
There's no way to predict that.
Idea of you.
Or so whoever gets the most right, how many points they get? Like 2 points, or like we're going by a point system, right?
If we're going by a point system, I say if whoever gets the closest right gets the 1 point, and nobody else gets any points.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going with 1754.
Damn, 1754. How long was that Mania match with Cody? You come back to me. You come back to me on that.
It was about 29 minutes.
Hold on. You know what? We're gonna go under that. We're gonna go like we're gonna go 23 minutes.
Just 23 minutes exactly?
Yeah, somewhere in between that range. No, actually 23, 25. 23, 25. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to go 1845.
Okay. The true chosen Robbie Anderson. Casey, what you think?
I'm gonna go 1846.
Okay.
Oh, you bitch.
Oh wait, get ready for this one. I wonder what Adam's gonna go with. 1847.
All right.
Oh, come on. Really? You're really going with that.
Watch him.
You're really Price is Righting me right now.
There's a reason why I was fidgeting, because he went the Price is Right route as well. You're going to go 1847.
You bitches.
You son of a bitch.
I would like to just say $1, DJ.
I've got them wrote down.
All right.
You asshole.
All right. Let's get out of here. Appreciate y'all for coming by. As always. Always a lot of fun. Appreciate y'all for coming by. We'll see you guys on the next episode of the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. While you hitting that subscribe button, I know you smashing it or whatever. Shut up, Casey. Just shut up. Just shut up.
I was just going to say that's what we did in the four-way.
Hit the follow button, whether it's on Instagram, whatever you got it on.
Hit the subscribe button if you like leather.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Also, check out the Juggernaut Show as well. Tanner, plug your channel real quick, just in case people are watching here.
Okay,
you don't have to check out the Juggernaut
I've got
Show.
people. It's down below here. It's a VT Fan 85 over on Twitch. I do a lot of fun variety streams. We do We do fun stuff like this, and then also we do a lot of gaming stuff. As Spectissa says here on the Twitch chat, suplex the sub button.
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
we'll
I'm gonna
see.
plug. I'm gonna plug my stuff as well.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, go over to the Juggernaut show. You know, I got. If you like predictions, you like reviews, you like vlogs, you like watch-alongs, you like retro reviews, definitely go subscribe to the Juggernaut show. I am about to get monetized over there, which I hope you guys will probably get me demonetized. But hey, you know what? You know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know, I think we're at like 1,128, something like that. So yeah, definitely go subscribe to the Juggernaut show.
All right. And also,
Spectissa wants to know: does anyone else have a Twitch over here?
I don't have a Twitch, but I will say,
I
I have an account. I don't actually have an active Twitch.
Oh yeah, this isn't Twitch. This is the YouTube. The YouTube.
But
This the
I
YouTube.
do not
Okay.
have. I do not have a Twitch, but I would like to plug myself if I could for a second. I am the Chosen. I have nipples of steel. You have to take the
Also-
sunglasses off, like
also, I will
one
say,
movement.
I will say for
I-
anyone
so-
not watching on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast channel, hit that subscribe button because this
I-
man right here, bro.
I'm trying to plug myself, but you're just
Okay, go ahead, plug yourself.
All right, I am the Chosen, the true Chosen. I enjoy long walks on the beach, cuddling and